All right, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back. Welcome back to another Real Talk video. And may the Most High bless you. I pray all is well with everybody. Let me give a shout out to Mr. Kelton. Good question. Who do you pay your tithes to? Oh, Mr. Kelton, you're going to start up some trouble with this question. No, I'm just messing with you. This is a very easy answer. You pay tithes to who is teaching you. And I ain't talking about anybody teaching you. Yeah, I'm going to put it to you like this, Mr. Kelson. If you're not learning truth, if you're not being taught the true gospel, and you sitting up paying tithes to some old jackleg messed up preacher, call themselves to preach, then you're just wasting money. And I mean it out of love. And that's the best way I can answer that. You pay tithes to who is teaching you. Now, let's just be honest with this video. Some people go to church, but then it's a whole lot of people that don't go to church. Now, you said for the ones who don't go to church, who do they pay their tithes to? Beautiful question. And I'm going to say the same answer again. You pay your tithes to who is teaching you. Now, personally, a lot of people I know that don't go to church, but they still may send their tithes to a certain church building, even though they don't go. They could be listening to somebody on TV or on the internet, but still may send their tithes to some particular church building. Now, everybody is different. Now, let me say this off top, Mr. Kelton. This is not a video to fuss at people about paying tithes and offering, because I leave that between people and the Most High. I'm not here to tell you what to do and how to do it. That's your business. Tithes is such a touchy subject because a lot of people are working and a lot of people are laid off. But we see more people, these preachers, I should say, that's doing all this begging. Now, I have done videos, many videos actually, on tithes and offering with scriptures about giving and tithe. Let's just be honest. Some people give and don't tithe. And then some people tithe and don't give. But then you got some people that tithe and give, like my brother P.P. Drawings, amen. He's a tither and a giver, and that's why he's so blessed. And then let's just be all the way real. Some people don't tithe nor give or don't do nothing at all. And them the ones that complain the most and fuss about anything. That's why I say it's each to your own on what you do. I'm not here to tell P.P. Drawings what to do, Mini Man what to do, you what to do, or none of y'all what to do. It's in your, whatever the Most High puts in your heart to do, as Paul said it, that's what you do. Because tithing goes way past teaching a 10%. Because if you're not teaching first fruit offerings in the first place, I don't even know why you're teaching tithing. Because you got to go back to what was originally in the beginning. So I go back to Cain and Abel. I go back to first fruit offerings. Now, a lot of people go back to Abraham, 10% to Melchizedek, or Melchizedek, however you want to pronounce his name. But see, those that know me, y'all know my famous saying that the Most High didn't give me 10% of Yahshua. He gave us his all, his best. So if I'm not going to give my best, why am I going to limit myself to a 10%? I learned that in my life, 10% wasn't doing nothing but knocking me. 10% was a joke. So I know I done made some folk mad because they're not truly understanding what I'm saying. I'm talking about giving my best. And with my best comes my best all, not just best money. Because if I ain't got no money, I'm going to give my best time. I'm going to give my best whatever else I can give. I'm going to go take care of the needy, the poor, the whoever, like I do anyway. That's why I'm so blessed. Truly not hurting for nothing. And I'm not saying that bragging. When you line your life up with the word and you understand charity starts at home, and here's the key word: if you're not teaching stewardship, why are you trying to teach tithes? See, most of these preachers I see now ain't doing nothing but just begging and confusing people and using Malachi 3, chapter 3 and verses 8 or 10 to try to tell you why you're robbing God. Why will a man rob God? But they don't teach you why was that said and who it was really talking to as a robbing the Most High. But I already done videos talking about those old messed up priests and what they was doing, just like these old messed up preachers nowadays. But not all. So to answer your question once again, brother, you pay your tithes to who is feeding you. Now, think about this. Many preachers, not all, have made it so much about money. That's why some people don't want to tithe no more, give no more. And then you got preachers causing members to tithe with anger. And some folks are tired and don't even know why they tired. And they getting their every weekly or 2 weeks check and complaining, oh, I got to pay this. I got to man my water bill due, my electric bill. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of my time. I'm going to have to skip some out. They confused because they haven't been taught right. They haven't been taught right. See, when you give your best, it cuts out all that. Well, JT, I don't know about this trying to tithe every Sunday. Man, I got a lot of bills. Car note due, man. My house note. This is what I hear all the time. And sometimes I just have to step back and laugh. Not laughing as it's funny, but to laugh to keep from crying. And laugh to keep from saying how pitiful this is. Because if you don't have a true teacher, to answer your question, Mr. Kells, if you don't have a true teacher, then you lost. See, most people ain't going to just pick up the Bible and understand it. This is why teachers were put in place. That's why I tell people all the time, it's you and what you want to do. Because what it boils down to is a sacrifice. But obedience is better than sacrifice. If you be obedient, then you ain't even going to worry about the rest of this stuff. But I've seen so many pastors, the way they living and the way they doing their congregation, they moving on and being blessed, but they the only ones being blessed. I'm not talking about all pastors. But when you look at all these revivals now, when you look at all of the, I don't know where I'm going in this video now, but I'm going to let the Father speak to me. But when you look at all these revivals and musicals and what's going on, building funds and bake sales and car washes and fish fries and all this stuff, you ever wonder why do you see that go on for so long, but the church never get built? My neighborhood alone, we got 4 or 5 churches on one street with a messed up community. Something is wrong with this. But who am I? What do I know? I know what the word says. So when I look at I'm looking at your email, brother, because I already answered your question. You pay your tithes to who is feeding you. Once again, that's that. I mean, I can't make it no other way. That's why I tell people all the time. You know, you want to tithe, but know why you tithing. Do you know why you tithe, or do you really know? Really, what are you doing? Or are you still doing what somebody told you to do? Because the reason I'm making this point, and Brother PP Jones, I know you know what I'm talking about. Because many Christians tithe every Sunday, and they still wondering why they the most brokest Christians. They've been tithing for years and are poor stewards. I know many people that tithe, and them same ones that tithe, they can't stop gambling. They can't stop buying scratch-offs. They can't stop spending all their money on cigarettes and drink. I'm talking about Christians. They can't stay out of the casino. The casino done replaced their faith, but yet and still they tithe, man, but I tithe. Folks is tithing for all the wrong reasons. Some know why, and they being blessed because they doing it the right way. But then some folk are just completely lost. Now, to answer your question, too, to the ones that I know that don't go to church, who they tied to, or where they spending their money, excuse me. A lot of people that don't go to church, they still may, like I said earlier, give their money to this certain church building here, these missionaries here, or this pastor here, or this teacher here, or a lot of people may donate their money to the needy, to the poor. I know many people on here, I won't call out or reveal names, but I know many people on here that help a whole lot of folk that you'll never know nothing about. Because they don't want their name called out in church of how much they put in. They helping folk and they being quiet about it and they being blessed. And they's the ones that's really, truly giving from their heart. Because let me tell you something, when you help the poor, the needy, you look out and serve others, that's a blessing. Those who's helping the prison ministries. See, a lot of people that I know are volunteering their time. A lot of people go to the North Texas Food Bank or may go over here to West Dallas or volunteer their time over here serving others all day long. Because once again, a lot of these folks I know are laid off. Families struggling, but that don't stop them from serving others. And they gradually, slowly but surely, getting back on their feet. For me, I serve others more than anything. That's why I'm so blessed, brother. My time, my money, my best. I may even give you some encouraging words as I'm being encouraged all the time. And feeding the needy, the poor, that's something I do every day. I'm not talking about every other day. I'm talking about every day. That's where my heart is at. Because I know how my Savior cared about the poor. The majority of these preachers now, they don't care nothing about the poor. Now, when Christmas time come around or Thanksgiving, yeah, let's go get some turkeys and feed the homeless. They got to wait on a holiday to do something for somebody. Now, look at how messed up that is. The church supposed to be the church and helping as much as they can every day of the week. That's why the doors of my church is always open. Now, let me say this. You don't supposed to take care of no fools. I said the poor, the needy, not fools who are able to walk and talk and ain't nothing wrong with them. So I'm going to mess some of us up right here because the Bible told you don't take care of folks like that. You got folks who are able, but their habits is getting the best of them. Ain't nothing wrong with them except they lazy and sorry. And some of y'all don't want to say amen because they laying in your house right now. Uh-oh, JT, you stepping hard now. I'm telling the truth. And you sitting there putting yourself in the jam because you taking care of some sorry fool. Male or female. You don't supposed to take care of folk like that. They will run you dry. I don't know where I'm going in the video. I'm going to just keep speaking. Y'all remember when I did that video about taking care of those who you don't supposed to take care of? Just being real. Let me get back on track, brother. So once again, brother, Mr. Kelton, you tired where you are being taught the true word. Now I'm going to say this again. Now look at how many people that are paying tithes at a church where they are not being taught right. You know what they're going to do? They ain't careful, they're going to tithe their way right on into the lake of fire. See, tithe don't put you into heaven, no way. Majority, me and my mom was just talking about this. The majority of people that we know are sitting in the church full of mess with some watered down teaching, and that's where they put all their money in at. But you try to go get $2 from them. Oh, no, brother. That's why they going to tithe, shout, lay hands, speak in tongues. They going to sing, they going to preach. They going to prophesize their way into the lake of fire. Through the church building, if they not careful. Got to come out of this stuff. Got to come out of it. That's why when you look at tithes and offering, when you look at it, it's Old and New Testament. They both are sacrifices. Or I should say Old and New Covenant. And one thing I learned in this life that people hate to do is sacrifice. That's what they hate to do. See, to answer your other question, before I end this video, you asked me about me on here. Yeah, a lot of people call me they pastor or Elder JT, Bishop JT. I get all kind of names, but you know me, I'm not stuck on names. I'm not stuck on no fancy suit. I'm not stuck on no building. I'm not stuck on names. You know what I'm stuck on? Your soul. And hoping and praying that I'm saying something that can make folks wake up. I'm not worried about your pocketbook. I'm looking at your heart. Salvation, repentance. Preach those old fire and brimstone messages. If you is living wrong, I'm gonna preach to you that you start living right. That's what I like to do on here. Now you ask me, do a lot of people tired to me? No. Do I worry about it? No. Why? This house ain't gonna shut down because somebody not tired of me. Paul made a statement. Paul said, I'm a tent maker. In other words, what Apostle Paul was saying, I appreciate what y'all want to do for me, but don't also think I'm going to sit around and wait on folk to pay me. I'm a tent maker. I got my money coming. And I feel the same way because what I've learned in this life, people will try to get all they can out of you when you're doing something for them. But once they figure out they can't benefit off you, they move around. See, I didn't get into this ministry for money. But I also don't knock down blessings when somebody want to give it to me like I used to do back in the day. It took me a while to get to where I'm at with accepting. But I don't sit up and cry about if somebody don't tithe to me or somebody. Man, all them, like you say, them piano tutorials, I didn't ask for no money. That was from right here. Now, you know how many people done benefited off of that? Millions and millions. You know how many of them people done paid? Probably 15. That's it. It's the same way with me doing this word. The only difference I'm doing on here now is I'm not on the keyboard. I'm on the word. I'm on this book. And I've lost a whole lot of people because of this instead of this, the keys. But you know what people are still doing? Benefiting off those piano videos. You know why? Because I've never took them down. And I still go back and read all of the comments and look at the views on how those videos are sky high now. But when I do a word video, it won't get half as many views as doing a piano video. So I'm more concerned about your soul, not the next piano chord. I tell people all the time, to answer your question as I close out, brother, yes, the Most High blessed me with that. The piano is a beautiful gift, but the piano is not my calling. The word is. I can play my butt off, and if I don't have this word in me right here, I'll be playing my way right on into the lake of fire. First class. I done learned all that on the piano, but didn't learn nothing about the Bible. What good is the piano going to profit me to gain all those notes and theory and different keys and songs, and then I don't know nothing about the word. So I got to spend time also on what's going to keep me in line and how am I going to make it to heaven. So that's my time, man. You pay your tithes to who's teaching you the truth, whether you're in the building or not. One time when I was out of the building for about 3 years. But I knew missionaries. I knew people who was teaching right. I knew this person over here or these people over here. So for me, man, I do what I do for myself as what the Most High has showed me with not limiting myself to no 10%. Boy, I give. I can't explain how much I give. So, and that's what worked for me. You know, giving my best. My best. And I can't stress that enough. My best My best, my best. There was an old woman in the Bible who had less than everybody. But that less what that she had was all she had. Oh, I'm trying to wrap it up, but the Holy Ghost said, wait a minute. Make sure you point that out. She had 2 mites. That was almost like worse than pennies. Some might call it 2 pennies. And it was a bunch of ballers standing around Christ. They had money. They had a lot. But Yahshua messed them up and said that this woman here has blessed me more than anybody. Because she gave her all. Now some of us know that $2 is not our all. Some of us know that we got money. Some of us is just stingy. We don't want to bless nobody else. And when you got that kind of heart, keep your money in your pocket. Don't even worry about giving it to nobody. Because if you do, you're giving it with the wrong heart. That woman gave with the right heart. Her heart was right. And she gave those 2 mice like those 2 mice was $2 million. Because she knew who she was giving to. And that her heart was right. And what she had, her less was her best. See, sometimes less is best, but some of us don't understand that. So that's my time, y'all. Brother Kelton, powerful email. Once again, you pay your tithes to who is feeding you. That's my time. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day.